not understand about this space. I saw a lot of comments from guys, and it shocked me. I don't think they watched the whole video, but they were commenting on their height. They were saying, yeah, but I'm not above 6 feet, so I can't do like this guy is doing on the dating market. And I specifically said, I am 5'8" and 3/4. The only time that I found out that short men were supposed to struggle on the dating market was when I got into these spaces in 2018. I did not know that height was such a big thing to men, because from what I see and for what I've experienced, I've never had an issue because of my height. And I don't understand why men have this defeatist mindset where they think that if I'm not above 6 feet, then I'm not going to be able to get women. That's a defeatist mindset. And I'm telling you right now, if you're a short guy and you're having a hard time getting women, there may be some other things that you need to work out in your life that may be hindering you from getting that female attention. And we already talked about the pick a struggle thing. If you're a short guy and you're broke and you're overweight, would you really want your daughter to date a guy like that? So think about it. So if you're taking this stance of, well, I can't get women because I'm not 6 feet, then you already lost. There's other things, other intangibles that you need to do to improve your life. If your teeth is crooked, go get braces. If you need to put on some muscle, go to the gym. If you need to get your money up, work extra hours. Do what you need to do to become competitive on the dating market and stop blaming it on being short. If I had my side-by-side picture or whatever, the way I came into the military and the way I look now, you guys would be completely and utterly shocked because I worked on myself. I started getting on my purpose, became more educated, and I did all this while being short. Who knew? And I'm only 5'8" and 3/4. And I'm going to keep putting that 3/4 in there because I want y'all to know that I'm that close to 5'9". But with Tim's, I'm 5'10", so I'm stopping with the big dogs, brother. You know.
Please, allow me to show you something.
What up, though? Welcome back to another Media Man Live. I'm excited to be here on this great Monday morning. Got some good content for you guys, and I'm also going to actually open up the panel for the shorter guys. If you're in the chat, if you want to come up, just want to hear the experiences that you're having on the dating market. I'm not here to question your decision on what to do. I just want to hear your story and see if myself in the chat can help. But we do have some content that I want to share with you guys that will definitely help. Some pictures, some videos. It's gonna be amazing. So I'm excited to be here, man. Let's see here. Hold on, let me get my banners right, my overlays, so I can make sure y'all like and subscribe. Bing bong. Okay. We in there. What up, though, man? It's Monday. It is June 2nd. Man, it seems like May went by so fast, man. There was so much going on. That's crazy. It is actually Men's Mental Health Month, man. It's a huge, well, not necessarily, I won't say be commended, man. You know, myself spending 5 years in therapy, basically for military and personal relationship stuff. So, yeah, it definitely hits home. My job, we're definitely doing a lot of things for Men's Mental Health Month. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to have some content for you guys revolving around men's mental health. So I can't wait to get into it. I'm actually putting that in the works right now, and be on the lookout for that. It's going to be beneficial for both men and women. I'll say that much. So let me go ahead and acknowledge Pooh Man for putting all the links in the description. Thank you, good brother. Appreciate it. Good to see everybody here. We got 39 folks in the building. Please make sure you hit that. 54 folks in the building. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. So let me get Brendan Lavelle. What up, though? $5 super chat says short ninjas with dating problems. You wrong for that. Media Man love the title, though. I mean, it's better than y'all brothers calling yourselves short kings. I hate that. But anyway, yeah, in regards to the call-in showing the rules, don't make me regret this. Like I said, man, this is a public platform. We are all adults here. So if I let you men up, I expect you to act accordingly. Little to no cursing. Do not be involved in other things. Do not come on my stream eating. Do not come on my stream with do-rags on. Do not come on my stream bare-chested. Present yourself well, man. Because like I said, there's a lot of distinguished folks on this platform, man. And I don't want you coming up here acting crazy. This is not your normal podcast, okay? So I expect you guys to represent yourselves very well, like gentlemen, okay? And if it's names that I don't recognize and I've never seen you in my chat, don't even click the link because you're not coming up. And that goes for any content creators that I have never seen, contribute to my platform, watch my content. If you're trying to take this time to come up and, talk to me and things like that, and you haven't taken the proper, channels to talk business with me, don't click the link. I know who is in my chat for the most part, who supports me, who are members, who send in super chats on a regular basis. If that's not you, simply enjoy the show. And then next time we have one of these open panels and I see your name in the chat, I would love to have you up. But don't shortchange my platform. I'm a black man and we treat each other very well over here, okay? There might be some jokes here and there, but like I said, for the most part, some respect needs to be had, and especially when doing business. And I'm talking specifically to the content creators that will try and use this and clip it up. Nah, man, this ain't for you. I know who in my chat, so I'm just putting that disclaimer out there. Represent yourselves very well. Make sure your camera is on and make sure your audio is good and there's no outside distractions. Y'all know how I do over here, man. I'm a 45-year-old man. I ain't got time for foolery, okay? Don't get your ass blocked on my channel because you want to act stupid, all right? Let's see here. Dante Bryant with the $10 bomb. He said, Bro, WM, I was listening to the last show, but I couldn't respond because I was at work. I heard what you said, though. I'm thinking maybe Bernie Mac's DJC skit where he says, I'm big boned. Oh, you talking about your theme music. All right, well, I'll see what I can do. I'll take a look at it and see if it'll fit and it's not copywritten. So I'll try and condense it down. I'll check it out, man. Thank you. Yeah, I got you. Let's see here. What else? Super chats. We got Air Force Reek in the building. $2 super chase. A salute to Media Man in the chat. Salute to you, good brother. Thank you for supporting as always, man. Let's see here. HVAC Man $5 super chat said, shoot, I'm 6 feet and got a tall shorty looking at me in the gym. She's 6'5". Fellas, we win and chill. Oh, it's funny. 6'5". Wow. I like when, and I've said this before, I like when tall women use their tallness. And I don't like the fact that, I don't like when tall women try to shrink themselves, by not wearing heels. And I say the same thing for tall men. Take up space, man. God gave you that height for a reason. You don't need to shrink yourself. You good to go, especially with the women. Wear them damn heels. You're like an anomaly. And, if you go out and you go get something to eat and you're a woman who's, 5'10" and up and you wear heels, man, people going to be looking at you, especially if you're in shape. Yeah, take up space, man. Do what you need to do. Let's see here. I missed one. Where'd it go? Oof. Pool Man, he said $2 super just said, are we gonna get an update on the Revoidia outbreak? See, and if Mona was here, she would see that it's not me, it's y'all boys in the chat that's doing this. You know what I'm saying? That woman gonna come over here wrecking havoc, and I don't want no problems with Revoidia. I done told y'all multiple times, stop messing with Revoidia. But shout out to our new sponsor. Hold on one second. Revoidia? Hell no. My bad. It's me. Sorry, Revoidia. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. The comic in me couldn't help it, man. Y'all don't follow my lead. I'm stupid. It's my fault. It's my fault. Don't follow my footsteps, man. Like I said, I joke a little bit. don't. She ain't do nothing to me, man. It's my fault, Revoidia. I apologize. What's your cash app? All right. All right, man. It's my fault. Oh, yo. Don't follow me. Okay. All right, let's get to the show. Wait, we got a super chat in there. Hold on. Oh, man. Indigenous Enigma 999 super chat said, just here to soak up the game. I'm at 5'5", 5'5". I'm a 5'5" foot man. I will continue to tune in. Hey, appreciate that, brother. Oh no, man. I hope y'all didn't take it as me trying to shame short dudes. Nah, I'm not doing that. I just get Indigenous Enigma. I just get a lot of comments every time I try and encourage shorter men to not take what you see on social media and Pop the Balloon and all these different shows as a way to self-eliminate on the dating market. So yeah, so no, I would never do a show that's trying to, be like, hey man, you short motherfuckers. No. It's actually, I got some jewels in there. So yeah, so appreciate it, bro. I don't know if you took it like that. Nah, man, ain't that. So yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, it wasn't that at all. So I'm glad you didn't take it like that. Okay, cool. So talking to the guys. Yeah. So I want to see what y'all said. I haven't read most of them, but I did read one. So I did ask a question on the community post, and let me bring this up over here before I bring this picture up. Y'all boys, wow, man. I want to read the comments under this post. So I asked the question, is she attractive? Right? That's all I asked. And I had two young ladies up there, right? So before I get into reading the comments, is she attractive? I'm just asking. Let's put her up there. Let's see. Is this woman attractive? Let's get a close up. Hold on. What y'all think? I'll leave it up there. This says, okay, cool. I see some hell yes. Okay. She is above average. DMG, okay. She is above average. What I'm curious, man. Instead of using the 0-30, we'll just do 1 to 10. DFG, what would you give her at a scale from 1 to 10? What would you say? I'm curious. I'm definitely curious. Oh man. Okay. Some of the comments I've seen. Let me see. 8, 7. Well, in Kevin Samuelson, you can't use 7. 5. Wait, 6.9. Okay. 5. Okay. A 6. Oh my god. 7.5. 8, 9. Okay. Legs are not tones. All right. 7, 8. All right. 6.5. Interesting. All right. Anesthesia New York 1999 Super Chat said just a little pocket change for the channel and for the Mental Health Awareness Month. We all need it as part of the male growth. Love your content and contributions to the overall Black red pill conversation. Yeah, I definitely help out all spaces, man. So appreciate it. Thank you, good brother. Let's see here. All right. Too much plastic. Nah, man, that's homegrown, brother. That ain't no plastic. All right. So some of the let me read the comments. One guy said at 5'6", wait, is that for the right? At 5'6" on my mother's ashes, I've yet to experience these issues. Oh, you talking about that? The lady in red was in Schoolboy Man of the Year video and a lot of YouTube skits, funny and attractive. My dad is 5. No, not okay. This was funny. One guy asked, "What are the credentials behind her? I'm no walk in the park, but I'm past just physically being attracted." And I commented, I said, "Bro, is she attractive or not, man? Come on, God, dog." Let's see here. First lady. Entirely too much makeup. I cannot tell if they are actually attractive. Lord have mercy. And I think I put out videos about this. Y'all do understand, y'all understand that the overwhelming majority of women wear makeup, right? I mean, and obviously y'all can see this is a photo shoot. She's not like when they do photo shoots, they got to put on makeup, man. So, and you can see that this woman is attractive. God, dog. Like, all right. Sheesh. All right. William K. Jones, what up though? 499 super chat said, "What up though? I'm calling cap on the comments." I'll let it go. Thank you, brother. Truest dude, $2 super chat said, "If she's natural, I'll give her an 8." Okay, cool. I'm not judging. I'm just thinking. D320KG 499 super chat said, 5'4" struggling brother, done with the dating apps, currently live in Yorktown, VA. Area is terrible for brothers, need to venture out more in therapy. Oh yeah, see, but you got a plan at least. Like, God dog, you know. Yeah, that is by Newport News. Man, ain't no women out, brother. Man, you know how many times I trained out there and it was things walking out. I'm just saying, man. But yeah, but you got a plan. That's Yorktown. Yeah, Newport News, Norfolk, that area, the clubs out there, Virginia Beach. Really? Yeah, so take trips out there. But yeah, so okay, so I guess the majority of men say that she's average. This woman is average. Okay. All right. So let's get to this first video and let's talk about temptation. Right. And shout out to Big Ja. If y'all don't know who Big Ja is, please go follow him on Instagram. He does all of the skits that somebody was talking about in the comment section. Amazing brother, man. He lost a lot of weight recently. And he always does content with this young lady, Ayana the artist. Right. So let's talk about male temptation. In the chat, I want y'all to count how many red flags you see. All right. Fair use, fair use. This is a skit from Big Ja. Let's get to it.
Damn.
What is you? What's up? You alright?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm sleepy. I was knocked out. It's 4 in the morning. What you doing here?
I missed you.
You miss me. You alright?
Yeah. I mean, I was just in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd come by to see you.
Shit.
At 4 in the morning, you thought you'd come by to see me.
Yeah, is that all right?
I mean, yeah, it's peculiar, but yes, it's okay. But it's...
Is that a red flag? What y'all think? A woman that you've been trying to crack for a while, she ain't let you sneak in yet. You ain't slid in, but she just showed up to your door in the middle of the night. Talking about she missed you with no, no call, no nothing. Is that a red flag? It's like 4 in the morning. Let's get to it.
I ain't never seen you here in my house like this. Are you trying to come over here and get something to drink?
Absolutely.
Okay. I mean, I got some Hennessy.
Damn.
I got some Sacco, you know what I mean? Some Remy Martin, some 5150,
Shit.
some Grey Goose, a little bit of I got a little bit of everything. You know what I'm
Cordell.
saying? What's up?
I'm not trying to drink that.
What you trying to get into? What's you trying to get into, brothers?
What you trying to drink?
It's up to you to find out
Oh.
Okay, hold on. Is this happening?
if you wanted to.
Okay, this is a little weird because for 3 years you've been friend zoning me. Now I feel like
For 3 years you've been friend zoning me, and she go just pop up. Okay.
coming tonight, you ain't liquored up yet, and you're trying to come spend the night with me.
I mean, you've been on my mind, and I haven't been honest about that, but I'm done playing tonight.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, damn. That's my lucky night. Happy birthday to me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now you own me.
A little something like that.
Ooh. Okay, well, shit. I'm with that. So you already know what to do. I've been ready for a long time.
Okay, so you're gonna invite me in?
Yeah, my fault. My bad. Where are my manners? Is that blood?
No,
Oh.
no, what you talking about?
Oh, it's some blood on there. Is that a red flag, guys? What's going on? Oh,
Saw some red stuff. It looked like blood.
No, that's not blood. Come on, invite me in.
It was too good to be true.
What do you mean?
Valencia, why aren't you just coming in?
Because I'm a lady and
Ye-
I just want to role play.
she want to role play, brothers. Y'all gonna invite her in? I mean, you see how she looking. You know what I'm saying? Ready to go. She already told you what she there for. She ready to get to it. You letting her in? Temptation. Mind. Here we go.
You want to role play?
Yeah, I want to role play.
I mean, you done been to my crib at least 7, 8 times.
Right.
Game nights and parties and all that. You just come on in the house, never been an issue, but now you asking me to invite you in?
This is different.
How is it different?
Well, I mean, you and I have never been intimate before, so
We gonna be intimate tonight?
that's exactly what I want to do.
Okay. Cool. I'm with that. But
Okay.
Look, hey, he getting weak. Hey, you can see it. And I know some of y'all brothers can relate. And there's a reason why I'm playing this video. And I'm pretty sure y'all done figured it out why. We done just came off the heels of me having a full week of fighting with fools about the HIV statistics. Pay attention. There's some people weak in the comments. I know. Look.
Just tell me to come on in.
I mean, I did this. See,
Oh.
I do this.
Yeah, baby, you're so silly. I just need to hear you say it.
Yeah, this
Fair
is just
use.
a little weird because you've been in my house in and out before several times, and now all of a sudden you pull up 4 in the morning with what looks like blood on your shoulder or collar.
That's nothing silly. I spilled some food I ate earlier.
What kind of food leaves that?
Oh, just a little crab boil I had earlier. It's a little spice, you know?
Shit. Oh,
Made a
Look,
mess.
Getting weak.
damn.
Look at it. Look at it.
It's
Damn.
crazy. I would love to, and you got everything that you're supposed to have on the way you're supposed to have it for the night, and I would love to take you back in there, but I'm just going.
Cordell, you gonna let me in or what?
Uh-oh. Hey, man, you gonna let this woman in or not, man? What you doing? You playing. He's scared of this. Oh. He's scared.
Hold on, why you switching like that?
Because you're trying to act like you don't know me. So what's up?
You tell me. You've been here before. Why I gotta ask you?
I feel like you playing games.
I'm not playing games.
Yes, you are. Do you want this or not?
You want it or not?
You know I do.
Okay,
See?
so what you gonna do then?
I'm gonna have to ask you a question, and I want you to be honest with me.
Okay.
Valencia, is you a vampire now?
What you mean?
Uh-oh. Red flag. Red flag, brothers. What you gonna do? He still ain't closed that door. What's happening?
What you mean what I mean? I just asked you a specific question. And the vampire is a very specific thing.
Cordell, you know me.
I do. I know you. I know you know me too. And you ain't never been at my house at 4 in the morning talking about you miss me.
Right, and I'm just trying to have a good time with you, so.
Damn, you making this real hard for me. No pun intended. I'm saying, you ain't just walking in. It's kind of a problem for me. I mean, you got space too. You ain't even that big. You can squeeze right through. I don't have to say nothing. So, you ain't the vampire. Prove it by this doing what you're supposed to do.
What you want me to do?
Oh, y'all hear that? I heard some knees buckle. Wait, listen to her. Let's hear it again. I know y'all brothers getting weak.
Doing what you're supposed to do.
What you want me to do?
Oh. Oh. what you doing? What you wanted to do? Y'all ain't letting her in or what? What's going on? What's the problem? What you taking so long? You scared of it. That's what it is.
See,
Say it.
you playing games.
Say it.
Is this like a prank or something?
Oh, I'm definitely trying to play with you. That's for sure.
Oh.
Oh.
See, yesterday I would have thought that was sexy, but now with the blood on your collarbone and you not come, see, I almost said it. You say you're not a vampire. I need proof. I need you to show me that you're not a vampire.
Okay, so let me in.
See?
Look, he getting weak.
Why you wait to turn vampire to try to give me some buns? Why would you do that?
I mean,
Oh.
I don't really see the problem.
The problem is, if I say it, you're probably gonna bite me. That's what you meant about not drinking yet.
What if you like it?
That scares me. All right, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm a man, but I'm scared. Okay.
Okay.
I like you. I like this, but I don't know if I like this. What you doing?
He's still there. He ain't closed that door. Why he ain't closed that door, man? He weak. You know what I'm saying? Weak. The flesh.
Cordell, is we doing this or not?
I mean, I want to say we doing this, but like, why are you being so difficult? Why you just don't just? Okay, you know what? I'll be right back. Hold on.
Where you going?
Okay.
What's that?
Garlic.
I'm allergic to that.
Listen, you a damn lie. The other week when I had the fight party, I had wings I had the whole spread.
Yeah.
Garlic Parmesan wings. You was fucking them up. You had like 4, 5 of them.
Oh, that was garlic parmesan?
Yeah, I was garlic Parmesan. Talking about you allergic. You was fucking those up good.
Well, I just recently became alkaline, so I can't eat that.
Oh, another red flag. Here we go.
Okay, now you bullshit with alkaline. All right. All I want you to do is take a little index finger taste of this. Go ahead.
I can't.
What you doing? Look, why is he contemplating? What the hell is going on? Why ain't you close the door? Why are you still tempted?
See, nah, you a vampire.
Well, nigga, I'm not. So if you keep playing, I'm about to dip.
Oh, he don't want her to leave. Wait, give you an ultimatum. What you gonna do, brothers?
You lollygagging.
Okay.
Lollygagging.
Okay.
Pussyfooting.
Damn.
What he gonna do? He looking for he wants some advice. He looking in the camera. What y'all gonna tell him to do? He gonna let that go? You see what she looking like? Everything's sitting up and out. You know what I'm saying? She look good. What you gonna do, brothers? You gonna run from it?
Look at her. You see her.
You see her.
Fuck you.
Oh.
Come in. Fuck!
Oh!
To the max.
Oh no, he folded, man. Now he ass out. In the real world, now your ass got a baby. And now you on child support. And now you can't stand your baby mama. Or now your ass got a disease that you can't get rid of because you didn't adhere to the red flags and leave that woman alone. That's how y'all get caught. And I know once you sneak in once, it's tough to sneak out. So y'all got to be mindful of this. Just like I told black women last time, I'm telling black men the same things. If a woman has certain red flags, leave that woman alone and make sure your ass go to Amazon and get you some Aura Quick and start testing these ladies, okay? And make sure you clean as well. Start going to the dang hospital and getting tested. Next thing you know, you're going to be ass out. You're going to have a woman that you ain't vetted properly, and you're going to come down with a strong case of this. Revoidia? Hell no. Revoidia. That's what's going to happen. Yep. Because you're going to be void of something. I'm trying to let y'all know, man. I know in this day and age, if you're a man that qualifies sexually for a woman and you take advantage of the dating market, you got to take the proper precautions, man, because y'all know that the HIV rates are out of hand in the Black community. The STI rates are out of hand in the Black community. Unwanted pregnancies, you guys have the control just like women have the control. If a woman gives you access to her body, you need to make sure that you take the proper precautions for yourselves. All right? Don't just leave it up to the woman, because I remember when I was young, people used to go out with this mindset, well, she clean and I'm good. How you know she clean, brother? You don't know that. Have you checked her my chart? When's the last time you went to the doctors and you got your lab work done and you got your lab work tested? Okay, these are things that grown men do, adults do, especially for the men who understand that you don't have to be in a relationship to get cheeks. It's out there. And that's why I always laugh when women say that the passport bros can't get cheeks in the States. No, that's not why they leaving. They leaving because they look for wives. Cheeks is for all to see. You can get cheeks in the States, but these men are looking for a commitment. Okay. So yeah, so I want to make sure that men get the proper, you go to the hospital, you get your checkups. I told you guys biannually, that would be amazing if I had it my way. But like I said, I'm working very hard to try and get these affiliate deals so you guys can get some percentages off on these things that I'm recommending, especially, with the condoms and all this type of stuff. Okay. So make sure you take the proper precautions and don't be swayed by Big Rack. That Big Rack of hers, peanut butter skin. Pooh man. All right. Let me get these super chats. That was fun. I wanted to put that. He folded, man. And I know some of y'all in the chat. I ain't looked at all the live chat, but I know some dudes that be like, hey man, she can just have to bite me, brother. A Brown 199 super chat said Darth Revoidia will be out for vengeance. Yes, she gonna come get us. IQS2 super chat said, this is not my fault. Yeah, man, y'all inspired it. It's my fault, Revoidia. My bad. HVAC man $5 super chat said, fellas, please get tested. The second wave of this mess is about to get ugly. And I told you guys, I briefed everybody. Those numbers are from 2022, 2023. However, we ain't even hit summer yet. Okay. So, and y'all know hot girl summer. What is it? City boys, we up and all this type of stuff. Y'all out there running around, swapping spit, exchanging fluids without getting tested. Hey, don't let me see you in my office, man. Okay. See here, HVAC man 2000 just said if she doesn't want to get tested, leave that woman. Yeah, it is what it is, man. You just got to skip that booty. I mean, I know she, things may be sitting up and out. You got to skip it. Okay. Oh man, let's see here. Okay, I got all the super chats. Yeah, so and then also this is another situation that I saw, and I want to show y'all. I don't know if well, let me just ask the chat. I'm gonna bring these up. Y'all let me know, is this young woman attractive? What would you rate her on a scale from 1 to 10? Is she attractive? Where the guys at? I'll just leave it up there. Since some of y'all rated Ayana a 5, 6. I was like, wow. What I guess that's yes. Okay, yep. Okay. Yes, 6.5. Pooh man. She not as fine as the last girl. Oh, okay. Okay, she can get it. Okay. Solid 8. Okay, 7, 6, 6, 7, 6. Yes, flexible 6, adjustable 6, 5. If that's a woman, brother, why would I put a person that's not a woman up here? Come on, man. Oh wait, hold on. She got that package. Seen her. She got that package. Seen her on TikTok. What's the package? Well, don't say nothing yet. Ron, what up though? 8. See here. Skinny says 7. Okay. Let's get to the video. I'm an underhanded MF, man, on this. Here we go.
Normal growing up, but are not. Number one, working. Growing up, neither
Hold on, wait. Listen.
things I thought were normal growing up, but are not. Number one, working. Growing up, neither of my parents worked, ever. My mom never had a job. My dad also never worked. So my dad retired when I was like 4. Going to a traditional 9-to-5 job was never something that was even like, I didn't even really know that was a real thing. Like literally my dad used to take me out of school in the middle of the day to go buy racehorses. I was actually the youngest licensed racehorse owner in the entire state at the time. The second thing is paying cash for houses. I didn't even understand the concept of a mortgage, and I still don't. I don't know what that is. Maybe a little bit more niche, but the next thing is going to the White House. Growing up, I went to White House picnics. I went to all sorts of events. I went to the Capitol building all the time. I got to go into George Washington's crypt. They don't open it often or for just anyone. When I was like a toddler, my parents were flying to England and they brought me with them, and somebody had advised them that I didn't need a passport. And we got to the airport and they were like, no, she needs a passport, because I was like 2. Somebody that works for my family was able to make a call, and I had direct permission from the Queen of England to be able to enter the country without a passport. Another thing is members of my family having private security that went everywhere with them. For a while, my uncle actually had Secret Service. Let's talk about things I thought were normal growing up privileged, but apparently are even crazier than I ever realized.
All right, so let's stop right there for a second. Now, I asked before, is this woman attractive, right? And the majority of y'all say yes. But what bothered me about this young lady, and I'll explain who she is in a second. Hold on, let me bring this up real quick. Yeah, my bad. Now, but and yes, this lady is of age, man. She went to Georgetown University. She is an actress. Her name is Daphne Blunt. Okay, so she was sharing her experience growing up as a child because she had very rich parents. She is mixed race. Her father is white and her mother is black. Okay, now the issue with that, and you guys see, the Sun actually did an article on this young lady because it was so out of the norm, I guess, for people to believe that a young black woman can live this lifestyle, you know, as a kid, right? And so that was a slight, you know, I would say microaggression, even though she has a white father, but her mom is black. So yes, there are some black people that live these types of lifestyles. There's a great video, I think it was put out by PBS, where they were showing the black upper class in the 70s and 80s, where they were saying that all black people weren't struggling during those times. But what bothered me about this is this goes into the point where I was telling men to stay out of women's comments. Okay, just because this woman has never worked, she don't plan on working. She's very rich. She has, you know, she's spoiled. Just because that you don't qualify for her, that doesn't mean that you need to go under her comments and insult her. Okay, and we talk about all the women that we see on Kendra G's show. We talk about all the women that we see on social media who don't qualify for a typical lifestyle. Most of y'all said this young woman is attractive, so I would assume that she would fall into the category who qualifies for that type of lifestyle. And no, she doesn't have kids. She graduated from Georgetown University. She has lived a very privileged life. So I would say, if anyone, she is more qualified than the majority of women to ask for a particular lifestyle. And if you can't provide that lifestyle, then you just can't date this woman. There's no shot at you, right? It's just the fact that you're not willing. And that also, that goes into that point. There are a lot of men who may be able to afford the type of lifestyle that you need to take care of a woman like this. But you may not want to. And that's perfectly fine as well. Based off of the consults that I've had, and seeing where a lot of y'all work, a lot of men make a significant amount of money on this channel. And I have yet to see one of those guys that I've done consults with, and they work in these high priority, career fields, surgeons, attorneys in New York. I've yet to see any of those guys under a woman's comments complaining about, you know, her being rich or her living a certain lifestyle. And people were saying that she was lying because she didn't give the names of her parents. However, she has so much proof to say, you know, and, you know, you can see her social media platform. She does that little lifestyle content or whatever. But yeah, it's absolutely possible for you to be attracted to a woman, but you don't qualify for the certain preferences that she had. And I didn't say standards, I said preferences, because she is not married. However, I'm pretty sure when it's time to get married, her parents are going to make sure that she vets that man properly to where that she doesn't have to work and she could just stay at home and take care of the kids and live a lifestyle that they've been providing for her. She operates in those circles. And I listened to some of her content. She didn't grow up in the DMV, but they spent a lot of time in the DMV. When I first heard her speak, I was like, man, this girl got to be from the DMV. And it made sense because she said that she graduated from Georgetown University. So she has spent a lot of time in that area. And like I told you guys, there are a lot of women that live in the DMV that are highly educated, very successful, come from amazing households. And she reminded me of that. So this is not to shame men, it's just to let you guys know some women you just don't qualify for. And get out of their comments. Don't try and bring them down a peg, because I would respond the same way if I seen some of you black men posting your lifestyles. Lord knows I've seen some of y'all cars. I know how y'all living. Now, if you post this stuff and people in there trying to cook you, I would have you up here and I would say the same thing. Just because you don't qualify, ma'am, that don't give you a right to go into this man's post and shame him. Y'all seen what happened to that the attorney where he was saying, hey, I'm in this percentage. I keep forgetting his name, but Kevin Samuels did a great job of breaking that down, where he was saying, I'm a black man. I just got my degree, my Juris Doctorate or whatever, so on and so forth. So yeah, I celebrate black men who do well and show their luxury lifestyles. And I also celebrate young women like this. Okay. I said the same thing about Ashton Hall. I know a lot of, he gets a lot of hate on social media. However, if you ever heard the young man speak, the brother been celibate for a while. He go to sleep at like 7 o'clock in the morning. He don't be in the clubs and he's working out. And he's just kind of trolling the internet with these, day in the lifestyle or whatever of Ashton Hall. Yeah, it's funny, but if you look at his body of work, the brother doing amazing. So, I mean, I would celebrate you if you were out there doing the same thing. Y'all know how I support black businesses, and you know how I support black people. So I wanted to have a man-to-man talk with the men who felt it was their need to go under that young woman's post and try and shame her for living this spoiled lifestyle. Yes, there are women, there are black men, there are black women that's out there that live these types of lifestyles. That's perfectly fine. You don't need to be offended because you're not willing to spend your money, the type of money that she is going to command, okay, or require. It is what it is, okay? So we got to get, as a black community, we have to get comfortable with seeing people do well. And it's just that simple, okay? It shouldn't be a bad thing, all right? So let's continue with our video.
So I mentioned my dad used to take me out of school to go buy racehorses. We owned a handful of them together as partners, and I was the youngest licensed racehorse owner in the state at the time. So here is a photo of us in the winner's circle with one of our horses, and my parents got this race named after me for my 9th birthday. Interest in horses didn't begin with racehorses. It started with being an equestrian. So this is me riding my pony, Sweet Tea. My dad grew up with horses, so it spiraled into this thing that we could just bond over. I was given direct permission by the Queen of England herself to enter the United Kingdom. There are members of my family who have met the Queen multiple times, know how to contact her office directly. So that's me. And this is the passport that they issued me so that I could leave England and re-enter the United States. As you can see, it was issued by the US Embassy in London. Okay, so here's a photo of me at the White House. These photos are from the White House Congressional Picnic in 2012. Then, lucky for us, I was really into scrapbooking at the time, so I have the invitation. Here's a photo of me standing at the Attorney General's podium. This building is not open to the public. You cannot go on a tour there. So I am not from the DMV. I did not grow up in DC. I just spent a lot of time there growing up, and then I also went to Georgetown, so I spent a few years there. Here is another invitation from when I was in college. I'm gonna make a part 2 and do a little get to know me after this, since you guys are so interested. So I will chat with you soon.
All right. So yeah, so shout out to her, Daphne Blunt. All right. So yeah, but like I said, the purpose of me sharing that video is because, for one, I didn't see the reason why the Sun did an article on this one particular young lady, because if anybody's familiar with TikTok, there are multiple white women and Asian women who do luxury content where they, this is one Asian woman on there. She actually breaks down how much money she spends like in a day, in a month. Have y'all seen these types of videos where she is literally dropping upwards of $100,000 a month on stupid shit, and nobody bats an eye? They love that woman. I seen one person describe her as like, she's rich, but she's relatable. Like it's cool. But then when it's a half black woman, mind you, who is very attractive, it's a problem. And that's a subtle microaggression that we see about the black community. Like I said, PBS did an amazing job of cataloging those black families that were doing well in the 70s and 80s. Whereas, most of the time we only see the struggles. We see the good times type of black folks. No. And most of us, especially with the guys that I've talked to before, we are, breaking out of that humble beginnings lifestyle, the first in our family to break out of that humble beginnings lifestyle. So yeah, I applaud black folks when I see them doing well, and I don't shame them for showing off the things that they can afford. We all can differentiate between the people who are showing off their jewelry and the rappers and the entertainers. However, when you see a black man that's working at a hedge fund company or something like that, and he got his nice car, his nice apartment, very aesthetically pleasing, there shouldn't be any hate from any black women or black men. Let that brother live. Let that woman live. We got to get comfortable with this, man. We are all not struggling. Okay? Just wanted to say that. There's some motivation. Malik, $5 just said attractive till she started talking. But why though? I would love to know why. Let's see here. HVAC man $5 just said the old heads hate Ashton Hall because he is a new black man who didn't take those risks. That's the problem why a lot don't like him. Yeah, and I actually discussed that a while back. We should be, my generation of folks, we should be thanking especially in particular the Gen Z group of black men, because one thing that I always point out is that those Gen Z brothers, they were actually responsible for lowering our imprisonment possibility from 1 in 3 to 1 in 5, right? And I've shared the prison policy organization statistics a while, and I don't think those brothers get enough credit. And I get it. Some of the things that they do, I don't understand. I would never do TikToks dancing and wiggling my hips and all that type of stuff, but I'm an old ass dude. I ain't supposed to be doing that shit. That's what they do. Doing all this crazy stuff, skits and shit, man, that's not me. But it has to be, it's a give and take. You either want them running around trying to be wannabe YNs or some shit like that, or like us when we was in the 90s wearing all black, or would you rather them lower the imprisonment rates? Or would you rather them increase their income earnings higher than what we were earning at their age? It's choices and trade-offs, man. And I know the YNs get a lot of attention because it's funny. People do skits about it. But those YN dudes are a small population. Okay? It is what it is. HVAC man, $2 just said penitentiary risk. Oh, okay, cool. Let's see here. All right. And before we open up the panel, I got one more video. So I don't know if y'all been here for a while, but I've been mentioning that every time somebody gets on one of these shows and they say that God was talking to me, I could never relate because I used to think like, damn, man, am I not learning at a higher, a higher frequency to where I can't speak directly to God? Have y'all heard me mention this maybe like 3 or 4 times, right? Because you hear people say, God spoke to me, or I talked to God and God told me to do this, this, and this. And I'm like, man, how does that feel? Like, why I ain't never reached that level of spirituality or religion to where God would come and speak to me and I can hear him very clearly. I want y'all to listen to this story and you tell me if God actually told this woman this. And this is from, let me give this brother credit. And shout out to Shaq, what's it? That Shaq. He has a YouTube channel, huge content creator. I think he has close to like 400,000 subscribers. I like his content, man. And he was reviewing this video, and I was like, man, let me share this because she said something. I was like, let me let y'all hear this. Here we go.
Have you been married before?
I have.
Oh, okay. Real quick. This is Coach Dorian Wormsley on YouTube. He's a fairly new content creator. I'm not sure if he's big on other platforms. However, he doesn't have that many subscribers. However, I'm pretty sure he's going to do very well because the setup looks amazing. He already has guests. This is Dr. Amy Rucker's story. She is a pastor, divorcee, loving friends, teaching generational wealth. So she is a pastor. Okay. Fair use, fair use. Here we go.
Okay. Are you currently married?
I'll go back. Hold on.
Speaking of marriage, have you been married before?
I have.
Okay. Are you currently married?
I'm not.
Okay.
I was married for quite some time,
How long?
and you too nosy. Look
I'm
at him.
I'm
He all in my
very
business.
nosy.
It might be a thing out there watching now.
There we go.
Listen.
You right here. You about to catch him. You about to merge him into your life, like you said.
Listen,
You about to
I
hear.
was married for a while, for a couple years,
Okay.
almost a decade. So yeah,
One marriage, two
one,
marriage?
just one,
One?
just one.
And how long have you been separated or?
Divorced for 4 years now.
Okay. And then, go ahead, continue, sorry.
No, just woke up one day and I didn't just wake up one day. I knew I was getting ready to leave. I had already planned the exit strategy.
Oh, wow.
She laughing. This is a pastor.
Women, y'all gonna have to come back for that one.
Hold up. So, okay, hold up. How long before you took the exit was your exit strategy in place?
Oh man, it was already a few months. I already knew.
Oh, really?
I'd already start shifting.
Bank
Y'all go
accounts.
listen. I don't want to get attacked on the internet.
You
but
going
yes,
to.
I had already started shifting everything that I needed to shift. One
Fair
thing
use.
that men have to realize when you're paying attention to a relationship, it's not
Ola, remember with that comment that you said, God told her to leave her husband? Remember that.
when a woman is talking that you worry. It is when she begins to go quiet that you really get scared, because now she's moving different. I don't know what she's thinking. I don't know what she's doing. And in the process, he never paid attention to Matt, that I was speaking less and less and less because I was strategically moving in a different way. It wasn't another man. And I was finding myself more in the feet of God than I was in the presence of him. And it had nothing to do with, because a lot of people are like, oh, you must be with somebody else. Nope. I began to start going to the gym. He didn't pay attention to that shift. I began to spend less, and I was you heard me talking more about investing and shifting, and never paid attention to the subtle moves. So it was happening, and he was living in the process of it and never even caught it.
Wait a minute. Okay, so let me ask you this. During that process, right, of your shift, you're making all these moves. What was the dynamic in the house between you two? Was he still waking up in the morning? Hey, babe, have a good day. Kiss on the cheek, whatever. Or was it
I
sleeping in
still
different
did that. I still did my
come
part.
on, man. Come on, bruh.
Come on. Listen,
what?
the day he had to leave, I cooked
kinda-
breakfast in bed.
Oh, you toxic. Hold up. We need to talk about the toxicity here. Hold up. What? Where was the...
So the thing about it is the way that she's cataloging all this is a pastor. And I'm pretty sure she's not supposed to be giving advice about divorce. I mean, just me. I don't know. I'm going to send this to a couple of people and let them take a look at it. Some folks that are, know more about the Bible and Christianity than me. So, yeah. So let's continue. This is interesting.
communication that women want? Where was all...
Listen, I was still doing, listen, as a wife, I was still doing what I was supposed to do as a wife. And so, yeah, the dynamics in the house
Oh my,
was
you made him his last meal.
his last meal the day he had to go, and washed his clothes and had it all packed downstairs. Do not air this.
Oh,
You can air it.
that's like a Tyler Perry movie.
The pastor, I know. Listen,
Pastor.
Okay, and so then after a few months passed, all this stuff happened. You cook him dinner, all that. What was the reaction of him? Like, was he shocked? Obviously
Very-
shocked, but
yeah. But here's the thing: it wasn't a sudden attack.
yeah.
I'd already told him the month before. I said, "Hey, on this day, you have to go."
Oh,
So I told him, I
okay.
gave him 30 days, and I said, "Hey, this day you have to go." But because I was still doing everything that a wife does,
he thought it was cool.
he thought it was a joke, and because I had never left before. But I had already spent my time in prayer. Remember, I told you I was at the feet of God.
Yeah,
And so I'd already got permission, because in the church world, divorce is like death.
yeah.
So did you hear what she said? She said, I'd already got permission. From who? Who gave her permission to get divorced? Okay, let's continue.
It's like, wait, God can't use you if you. So I'd already asked. I had already told God. I said, listen, I'm getting ready to make the biggest decision of my life, and I will not do it without you. So I need your clarity on this, that I'm making the right move. And so that is when it didn't come right away. It took me I sat on the side of the bed 30 days straight, and I would just put my head down and say, God, I'm still waiting for your answer. And then when he said, if you go or if you stay, I'll honor it. And
See that? Like how does that work? See, I was sitting on the bed and God spoke to her and told her it was okay to leave.
then he said this: if you stay, you cannot mistreat him, because what's the point of staying with somebody while making them miserable at the same time? And so I decided that I wanted my peace more than I wanted the marriage.
There it is. And that's essentially what a lot of men talk about. You know, women will choose their happiness, peace over the marriage. But she really didn't say why she divorced her husband. You see what I'm saying? And then she also used God. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair to use God to justify you getting a divorce. And that's just, and again, I'm in no position to be judging anybody. This is not what this is about. But what I'm saying is this message of it's okay for me to get divorced because God told me I could get divorced. That's wild to me. I don't know if that makes sense to a lot of folks, but yeah, I just don't see that happening. I don't think God would say that if you follow Christianity and things. That's it. But it was just interesting. What's y'all thoughts on that? Let me see the super chats. Let me see. I know I missed a couple. My bad, y'all. I was just listening to that story. That's weird. Okay, Dante Bryant, that's just said female pastor, red flag number 1. Yeah, from what I was told, women aren't supposed to be pastors. I mean, in my little book, that's what it says, but I don't know. Okay. I'm not gonna get into religion, but a matter of fact, I'm gonna actually reach out to a couple people and talk about this. William K. Jones 19 in the super chat said, if it was me, why I gotta go? Why I gotta go? Air Force Reek 5 super chat said, I want women who say God told me to do XYZ to be miserable for the rest of their lives, and being a pastor just laughing about it is ridiculous. That's what got me. Like she, and shout out to Dat Shack. He was saying the same thing. I was like, man, she laughing about it. I'm like, that's kind of weird to me. AK, what up though? 199 just said no such thing as divorce unless there's adultery. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure if there was, and this is what could happen if this video starts to gain traction, not just basically off my show, especially off that Shaq's show. If it starts to get traction and starts to go viral, so to speak, this may be something that she'll probably try and introduce to justify. But I'm like, man, if that was the case, if there was adultery involved, you would have said that. But I've learned that that's what happens with a lot of conversations, especially with women on social media. Like when you catch them in something, they'll introduce something new to help the story. Like if you catch a woman lying about being married or something like that. Remember that woman on Kendra G's show where she got caught up? The dude that she was actually married to came on the show and was like, "Hey, yo, she lying." And, she lied about her body, getting work done and being married and all this type of stuff. And she called back up to the Kendra G show and Kendra grilled her. And she was still fighting for her life. Like, man, no, I didn't lie. I didn't. It was just all bad. And I'm like, I see that a lot. Like they'll introduce other things to make it seem like, nah, I didn't tell you that he was, swinging on me or something like that. Which, God forbid, that's the worst thing ever. But I'm pretty sure that would have been at the forefront of the story. I'm always skeptical of things like that. So, Queese, what up, though? $5 just said it wasn't God or the devil. It was our own decision making and ego. Sometimes it's people's choices that ruin themselves, not God. YHYA or WH. Okay, or the devil. Okay, appreciate that. Malik $5 super chat said that's like God telling me to go to Magic City and blow back. This guy. I mean, I don't want to joke about it because if it is something that's serious, then you're not wrong. So God forgive us, man. we know not what we do. Erroneous $5 super chat said would have told her get it in the name of Jesus. I ain't going nowhere, but I ain't holding you here. Okay. I like that. Let's see here. Oh man. Did I get all the super chats? Hold on, let me go back up. All right, we good. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Yeah, man. Malik told you go on in Magic City, man. Go ahead and pass out some go ahead and pass out some communion. God forgive me for that. Lower some ties. You just give your ties, man. Everybody need a little blessing here and there. All right, man. For my shorter guys, man, come on up. If you got something to say, I'll leave the chat open for a little bit before we get out of here. But I do have a video from one of my favorite content creators, Jeff the Style OG. So I'll leave that open and I'll actually stop it when somebody comes in the back. But here we go. Let's listen to the Jeff Style OG give the shorter guys some tips on how to dress. And some of them they may sound familiar because I've shared the same things before. And I told you guys to learn about style. I started with Jeff the Style OG, Alex Costa, teaching men's style, and also from some of Kevin Samuels clips. So that's how when I got out of the military, I needed to figure out what I was going to wear and went on the YouTube, and those are the content creators that I found. So especially Jeff the Style OG. So here we go. Let's listen to Jeff. Fair use, fair use.
What's up, YouTube? Jeff your Style OG. And on today's video, we're going to talk about how to dress if you're a shorter guy. If you're new to the channel, we release a new video every day at 4 p.m. Eastern, discussing various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. I invite you to subscribe and tap that notification bell and join us. And to my returning friends like Mel Reacher, salute. Now, for those of us, myself included, that never quite reach 6 feet, being shorter can be a little bit of a challenge. But I want you to know there's ways you can style and wear your clothes that'll de-emphasize being short and make you appear taller than you are. Now myself, I might not be considered a short guy, but I'm only 5'10".
See, so yeah, Jeff is 5'10", and I mean that's pretty tall, being that the average is 5'9". I mean 5'10" is a good height, but on the dating market, based off of what we hear on social media, most women are saying they want a man 6 feet and up. But like I said, that's on social media. So that's why I wanted to hear from y'all. So let's continue. Fair use.
I'm not tall either. So some of these tips that I'm giving you, most of them I use myself. Who doesn't want to look a little taller if they're not that tall? So with all that being said, on today's video, I got about 10 or so style tips for the short or the shorter guys out there to make us look a little taller. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now this first tip, of course, is a universal tip, but it's even more important for shorter guys. Make sure you're...
Y'all see that? That's on the left. That's that courthouse suit. That's that courthouse suit, man. Now you see the difference between having a fitted suit. This looks so much better, man. So it's always fit is king. You're going to hear me say that all the time, bro. All right? Here we go.
Clothes fit you properly. The issue with wearing clothes that don't fit when you're shorter, especially if they're too baggy, is that they make you appear more horizontal. They swallow you up. Clothes that are fitted and tailored well, more streamlined, elongate you. So do yourself a favor. Just like with everybody, remember, fit is king. Staying on the theme of fitted clothes brings us to our next tip. That's wearing fitted suit jackets and blazers. Now check this out. I love wearing suits, of course, but not just because they look good, they actually make you look taller. Here's why. When they're fitted, it makes your shoulders appear broader and your waist narrower. Both things that make you look a little taller. So do yourself a favor, make your tailor your best friend. Now moving on to our next tip, the thing you definitely want to do is wear pants that fall on your natural waistline.
Now, he's going to talk about the natural waistline, and I've mentioned this before on Pop the Balloon, and I called it the Dr. Robotnik effect. If you're a bigger guy, your belly sticking out, it's going to look like you spilling over, so you don't want to cut yourself off at the waist, especially for shorter guys, okay? And Jeff is going to go into that here in a second. Let's continue.
Wearing low-rise jeans or pants, not a good look. Low-rise pants make your torso look longer, but more importantly and worse, make your legs look shorter. Short guys, we don't need our legs looking short. So you want to wear mid to high-rise pants or jeans, just preferably ones that fall at your natural waist. Speaking of your waist brings us to our next tip. Now, one of the questions I get a lot of time from you guys when looking at your lookbooks, Jeff, why don't you wear a belt? There's a reason. It's because it cuts your body in half. And when you're a shorter guy, you don't want anything to break up the natural line of your body. When you have a belt or anything that cuts you in half, it makes you look shorter. Makes you look like you have a short half and a top half. So do yourself a favor. Try to get pants and jeans that fit you well enough that you can live without the belt.
So, and I'm with my suits, I don't wear belts anymore. I wear suspenders, right? I mean, it's just, it feels better to me to wear suspenders under my suits now because I've taken a liking to it. And I also took a tip from Ask Oki. It's so much easier to go on Amazon and grab the suspenders like these that have the clip-ons. So what I did is I took a bunch of my suit pants and I actually got the buttons attached to the inside of the pants so I can put the suspenders on in there and get some proper suspenders. Okay. So yeah, I do cheat a little bit. I got these ones from Amazon. It's very easy, very accessible. But now, on most of my suits, they have the buttons on it so I can get the actual proper suspenders. And I got that tip from Ask Oki. You guys can find him on TikTok, Instagram. I think he's on YouTube as well, but I tend to catch his videos on Instagram and TikTok. Okay, let's continue.
We're going to move down to the shoes for our next tip for shorter guys, is that you want to wear low contrast footwear. What exactly does that mean? Wear shoes that match as closely as possible to the color of your pants. When you have that low contrast between your feet and your legs, it makes you look like one continuous line. It makes you look a little taller. Our next tip is in the exact same vein, but instead of talking about shoes, this time we're talking about socks. Socks do the same thing we talked about shoes. Wear socks that closely match the color of your pants or your jeans. Same reason why we said about the shoes.
So real quick, I think back in like 2014, 2015, I remember the thing was, and I think Dwayne Wade actually started this. He used to wear like these crazy socks with his like suits or clothes and things like that. And a lot of guys had taken a liking to that. That's somewhat of a modern thing. Like I said, on this channel, I'm a little bit more traditional when it comes to suit wear. So what Jeff said is actually what I do. If I'm going to wear some dark blue pants, suit pants, then my socks are going to be either black or they're going to be dark blue, navy blue. All right. So I'm not too fond of jazzing it up with those pink socks, and just trying to be, show your personality. But some people do. And you don't have to take my advice. Like I said, I'm more traditional. I'm older. That's just simply what I like. Okay. Paisley ties, shit like that. But you guys may want to do something different because you're younger, and that's okay. All right. Don't let me stop your style. Okay. Let's continue. Fair use.
Makes you look a little bit taller, a little longer. Now, those last two tips kind of play into this tip that we're talking about here. They all contribute to you wearing monochrome outfits. Either
I mentioned that before. Show pictures, monochromatic.
Outfits with all the same color or different shades of the same color. Reason being, one uniform color elongates your look, makes you look taller and leaner. Instead of wearing contrast separates that can cut you in half and make you look shorter, as often as possible, wear monochromatic outfits and looks.
Yeah, and that's specifically for the shorter guys. When you wear those odd jackets with different color pants, like Jeff said, it cuts you off at the waist. So yeah, a good, off or odd color jacket is cool if you're doing some sort of activity. The last time that I wore an odd color jacket with different color pants was when I went to the Polo Grounds recently. We have Houston has Polo Grounds out here, and they do matches, when in the spring and summertime. So we tend to frequent that about 2 or 3 times out of the year. So I'll wear a nice odd jacket when we go to the Polo Grounds. But other than that, I try not to do that because, like I said, I'm 5'8" 3/4". So I like to keep my stuff pretty, normal and not trying to cut myself off at the waist. Okay. I'm gonna start to put some pictures up there. So yeah, let's continue.
Next tip is one you see me utilizing today. That's where 1 or 2 accessories on your upper body. The reason why this helps, it brings the eye upward, at least to your chest area. As you can see.
All right. And I'm stopping it real quick because you guys can see I have my tie tab. And then also when you see me wearing my vest, my double-breasted vest, you may see with a brooch on there every time, or I got some sort of a rose, something to bring the eyes up. Okay. And also glasses do that as well. Glasses, if you're a glasses wearer, yeah, that brings, the eyes up. And I know this sounds, like inconsequential, so to speak. Like you don't have to do these things. You definitely don't have to. But how humans respond to certain things, shiny things, then yeah, it'll keep the eyes up, if that makes sense. Okay. That's why I don't know if you guys notice, I always comment about the guys wearing their vest open because, that's the first thing. Like, man, why the hell your vest open? But then I forgot who it was in the chat that y'all told me that dudes will do that so they can show off their belt buckle. So if they got like a Hermes belt buckle or what's a Gucci belt, they'll keep the vest open so people can see, hey, I'm styling. I got enough money to afford this type of belt. But if you're a well-off person, wealth is quiet, man. You don't have to do all that. And it's the same thing that goes for women when you buy those handbags. You could tell a woman may not know too much about, being wealthy when she has those bags that have all of the logos and labels on it. Most of the time, the most expensive bags don't have all that stuff on it. But when you want people to know that you have this Chanel bag or this Louis Vuitton bag, then you're going to get the ones that's loud. And women, y'all got to watch that, okay? Because I've noticed, my wife notices. So, yeah. So, it's just something to throw out there. Let's continue.
Here today, I've got on the pocket square and the tie clip on my upper body, which brings the eyes upward, making me appear a little taller. Now for our next tip, it's the way you wear your pants, specifically the break of your pants. Now for those of you that don't know, the break is the crease that's caused when the bottom of your pants meets your shoe. Little to no break, that means little to no crease. The less crease you have, creates an elongated, taller look.
All right. So the easiest way to understand this, guys, little to no break means that you're not wearing the damn ankle pants that I always clown. Okay. So that's you have like a a higher break on your pants. So when you don't get them fitted, it's not necessarily touching the shoe. All right. So yeah, when you're a shorter guy, you want it to, little to no break. Me, it's about a little break because I don't want it necessarily touching the shoe to where my pant leg can start bunching up when I'm standing straight up. Okay. But there is just a slight break. But like I said, with my socks, if my socks match my pants, most people can't tell. So what that does is it makes sure that when I'm standing straight up, my pants are always going to be straight, up and down. It's not going to be any break to where you got some bunching up at the bottom. And that comes with tapering. That makes it's very important. Okay, let's continue.
So what you want to do is try to get pants that have little to no break. It'll make you look taller. Now, next tip also answers a question I get quite often, which is, Jeff, why do you wear suits with slimmer lapels and dress shirts with smaller collars? Reason being, slimmer lapels versus wider lapels make you seem more vertical. Wider lapel broadens you out. I'm only 5'10". I want to be taller, not broader. That's why I wear slim lapels and narrow dress collars.
Okay, so the difference between me and Jeff is I can't do that. Okay, I have a 47-inch chest from side to side. Y'all probably can't tell because I wear these suits, but anybody that has seen me in person, they will tell you I'm like literally as wide as a house. All right, so I can't wear slimmer lapels because I'm a bigger guy up top. All right, they look crazy. It swallows up the whole suit. It's too much room. So I have to wear larger lapels because I have a larger chest. And the same thing with ties. I can't wear skinny ties. They just look crazy. I look like a henchman or something like that. Okay. So yeah. So when you're a slimmer guy, Jeff is 5'10". He definitely in shape, but he's not a bodybuilder physique. Me, I'm a little bit different. I have to wear bigger lapels. Okay. Let's continue.
And last but not least, for our final tip on how to dress if you're a shorter guy, you want to take advantage of wearing hats. Very simple reason for wearing hats. Not only are they stylish and a great accessory, it draws the person's eye upward towards your head.
So you guys remember Big Meech from Pop the Balloon, the one that said 180 she a lady, 210 let me in? He actually mentioned that that's what he did on the show. He had on a cowboy hat because he wanted to give himself some more height because he heard the women say that, hey, man, we like taller guys. So he tried to give himself some height. And he actually got a match too. So let's continue.
And on top of that, a hat can add 1 or 2 inches to your silhouette. So if you want to look taller, a great thing to take advantage of is that great accessory, hats. Okay, so there you have it. My top 10, or maybe a couple more, style tips for my shorter fellas. Let me know in the comment section what you do to make yourself appear just a little taller. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, hit that like button. It helps the channel to grow. And of course, tap that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos we release every day at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I'll check you out tomorrow.
There you go. Thank you, Jeff, the Style OG. I definitely appreciate your content, man. Love going over there and seeing his new videos. But yeah, but I don't want to leave the taller guys out. The tall guys, y'all, whatever short tips that we gave, it's the complete opposite for you guys because they literally make clothing for taller men. If y'all don't know this, especially our taller and slimmer guys. Let's just say that much. You go to Zara, I literally have to start at the larger sizes because my proportions are off. Then take that shirt or those pants to the tailor and get everything, tailored right for my physique. Because I can't just go to the, off the rack and just grab something because it's going to look crazy. But for taller guys, yeah, man, you guys can wear pattern, horizontal pattern suits. That won't do anything different for you. You can wear the pinstripes, make yourselves look taller. You can pretty much get away with damn near anything, all right, as a taller guy. But for shorter men, you have to make sure that you do certain things so you can display your physique in the best way possible. That's not to say that taller guys don't take care of their, appearance. They definitely do, but it's just they don't have to go through the links that taller guys have to do, especially when you're wearing something formal, business, business casual. Taller guys or shorter guys have to do a little bit more just to accentuate your physique because you got to compete out there. So yeah, man, and most of all, this live stream, I just wanted to do it real quick. I'm not telling shorter guys to do all these things just so you can get women. All of the tips and tricks that I'm trying to share to you is just helping you become a well-rounded man, a distinguished gentleman. So you need to have these things in your toolbox regardless if you're trying to attract women or not. So, I mean, that's just a byproduct of it. If a shorter guy, you know that you can't be out of shape, and you also know that you got to take care of your finances. I'm not telling you to become some millionaire, billionaire. I'm just saying you need to make sure that you are financially stable. And financially stable, in my book, means that you can take care of all your expenses. You can save, you can invest, and you have a minimal amount of debt that you are working to pay off. Okay? So that's financially stable, and then you have some money left over to where if something breaks down, you can take care of it. You got your emergency fund readily available. When you buy, tickets for a trip, you do it in advance. You can pay off your credit cards if you put it on the credit card. Date, do everything that you need to do. And that depends. It varies from every state that you're in. I've been sharing a lot of content about, what's the 1% in this state? What's the 1% in that state? Or how much you need to make to have average income in this city. I do that for a reason so you guys can understand where you rank. And I'm taking it away from the Black community. Remember, Asian men are at the top. All right. So there was a lot of Black men in the comments saying, yeah, I'm glad that I'm doing well. I'm making more than Asian folks. Okay. Or Asian men. And it's a lot of y'all out there. And I commend you guys for that. But yeah, as a shorter guy, you need to have those things in place. Taller dudes, you really don't have to do much these days because you got the game on lock, especially if you're somewhat attractive, you got a little bit of bread, and you take care of your appearance. You can do what you need to do. But shorter guys, it may take some work. Okay. And you need to be in the right environments to meet those types of women. Now, there are a lot of people that give me pushback when I share video or pictures like this. And they got the shorter guy working out, he becomes big, and then he still gets overlooked for the taller guy. In certain cases, that may be true. But for the most part, you are doing yourself a disservice as a shorter guy if you're not in the gym. And whatever, when I say gym, it doesn't have to be lifting weights, but you need to be in shape. Okay? You need to not be fat. It is what it is, man. Get in that damn gym, do what you need to do, box, combatives, whatever the hell that you need to do to get in shape. That's the first thing. And then you need a career, get your money up. And I promise you, man, you will start attracting the women that you want as opposed to the only women that you can get. And then, like I said, I know guys like, man, that physique stuff don't work, bro. Don't listen to these women that's trying to sell y'all a dream. We like dad bods. I promise you, those are not the women that you want. Okay? The women that you want are the women that understand how hard how hard you have to work to obtain the type of physique that you have. Those are the women that appreciate that type of commitment. It looks favorably on you. You committed to something. All right? Just like, we're doing the weight loss challenge. I hit my goal today. I started at 237 pounds. I just hit 210 pounds, 210.4. That's how much I weigh right now. I started at 237 at the end of February. So I committed to this weight loss challenge that I'm doing. And like I said, the guys that are still battling with me, I think it's 3 guys still standing strong. I'm probably going to end up splitting the money. Y'all know the game. I didn't do this for myself to keep the money. I just wanted to give back to the folks that actually stayed true to the competition. And I see y'all working hard. Definitely appreciate it. And we're going to continue going. But yeah, man, when you can commit to something, it definitely looks favorably on women. That's why women like men who have stable careers. You've seen it all the time. I think was watching a couple of pop the balloons, maybe the ones with shadows on it, where the women popped the balloon because it didn't seem like their career was stable. All right. That's a huge difference. And once you start to get up in age, women start to get up in age, these things matter. And this goes into black men and black women getting married at an older age. And I try and explain this to black women all the time, that when you're older and you already in a career, all that I'm looking for a man to provide me the soft life. Even though I'm gonna continue to work and keep my money, he got to take care of me and take care of me and possibly my kids. You already working. You're not young. I can understand if y'all building together and your husband works up to taking you out of the workforce. That's cool. But if you're a woman and you already got, you've been in a nursing career for 10, 12 years and you still looking for that type of man, you cut off. I'm going to tell dudes to cut you off. That's stupid. All right? You're not going to throw your career away or not contribute to the household just because you got a man now. All right? And men, y'all got to be mindful of that, especially the shorter guys, because they kind of look at y'all as like you're going to be the afterthought and you're going to just take anything. Y'all better have your preferences as well, because there are a lot of women out there that are expecting y'all to just take, what's that term? Accept me for what I am, take me as I am, or something like that. Yeah, man, y'all got to have preferences as well. All right. So yeah, so I'm lean and mean, man. I was actually I finally, sometimes you get that bigorexia type stuff and you don't really see, the improvements that you've made in your physique. But I started to notice some things, and my wife all the time, she's like, damn, but me, I'm very tough on myself when it comes to weightlifting and bodybuilding. If I don't see certain things moving, then I know that I'm not doing what I need to do. But once I start seeing the piano keys, in my forearms, I know that I'm getting there. Once I start seeing the veins in my chest and I start seeing veins in my shoulders when I do like this, oh yeah. I'm doing something. I'm getting to it. So. Let's see here. What? Let's get you out of here. Cool. Did I miss any super chats? My bad, y'all. Oh, we got JT Coin Rings in the building. Now it's a show, even though it was about to end. Let's get out of there. But JT in the building said, salute with the 199 super chat. What up, though? Let's see. Oh, we got it said 103 likes. Oh, thank you, man. Quick show. Let's see here. IQ said, who was the loser? I don't think it was hey, what's up, Jason? What up, though? Good to see Jason there. Hey, man, I got your message. I got a new phone number. I told the chat last week that I got this new phone because my old phone messed up, and it was my fault. But they still, luckily for Apple, they only gonna charge me $29 to get it fixed. I was actually doing work in the sauna. And I looked it up on Google and they was like, no, you can't take your phone in the sauna. So that's what happened. That's my dumbass fault. So don't take your phone in the sauna, and try and work, gentlemen. Don't do that. But yeah, they're going to fix it for me. So now I'm going to have this new phone and I'm going to just turn that one in and, pay for this damn iPad. So I bought an iPad, but it's going to even out because they're going to give me a credit for the phone. So yeah. It'll be good. And Jason says, my bodybuilding show is in December, so we'll talk when you call me, bro. Yeah, I got you. I'll send my number here in a second. So thank you, brother. Yeah, man, it was crazy. So my phone went white and it went hot, and I guess the water it got into it, and yeah, that was my dumb ass. So so I can't work while I'm in the sauna for 30 minutes. So. But yeah, IQ said who lost? We started off with, let me see if anybody gave some updates. How many people we started off with 46 people, and only 3 of us actually are still in the green. So if you could see right there, it's only 3 of us at the top that's still in the green, meaning that, you know, we kept up the weight loss and we, you know, kept putting in our weight changes and things like that. But it's still 43 days left. So you never know. Hopefully some people come back online and they start getting to it. But we started with 46 and now we down to 3. And I don't want to, you know, say their names, you know, in public, but I'll just say BM and TB. So BM, he salute to this brother. He lost 39.4 pounds so far. And then you got me on my file. It's I started with 234. So I lost 24 pounds. And then we got TB. He's minus 9.6. So he's in third. So I can't see his weight, how much weight he's lost. Let me see here. 0, 0. Yeah, don't say how much weight. I'm not sure how he did that, but yeah, he keeping it quiet. But yeah, but he's in third right now. So these guys are still battling with me. It was $200 on the line, so I'm probably gonna split it between those brothers. So yeah, give them 100 each. So yeah, but it was a good thing, and like I said, I'm gonna continue going. I'm getting down to my show weight is actually about 174, but I'm not competing for a show. So I'm gonna get down to around 200, probably have around 195, 200, and that's where I'll be walking around about 8% body fat, 7% body fat, and that's, you know, ripped up. So yeah, you start to see arms start to look like Tootsie Rolls. So let's see here. Darkman Jeff 499 who just said something in the collection plate. Appreciate the content as always. I appreciate that, brother, man. Love to see you here. And I got a video I'm still editing for you guys. It's gonna be a funny one from the Meet to Mary. Shout out to GMT. I got a video that I'm working on. Hopefully I'll be able to put it out here in a second once I get something to eat. It is a cheat day. I'm still figuring out what the hell I'm gonna eat today. I had my little piece of cake, so I already got my dessert in. I couldn't wait, brothers. I couldn't wait. Had my piece of cake, and now I got to figure out what I'm going to eat. I don't know if it's going to be a McDonald's day or we got this fish restaurant. It's fried fish in this Louisiana fish restaurant, and I used to order that a while back. I haven't had it in a while, so I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get me some fried catfish with some of that damn fried shrimp and some French fries, and that's gonna. Hey, I promise you, I'm gonna have an amazing workout tomorrow. Amazing workout. Hey, let's see here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we gonna do. I could say, yeah, get fish. Yeah, I'm gonna get the fish. Yes, hold on before I get out of here. Oh, this god dang new phone. I ain't even got DoorDash on it. I'm so used to my old phone. I got to put DoorDash on there. Sweet. Oh, yeah. Nah, man. I got to have it. I got to have that fried fish, brother. I'm sorry. One day, you know, for my cheat, I got to get to it, Malik. So I got y'all say anything is better than brother. I know that McDonald's is going to be good. So I love McDonald's, but I told you it's a little nostalgia there from when I was a kid. But yeah, I enjoy a quarter pounder with the French fries and that damn orange drink, whatever, high C. Yeah, but you guys are right. I absolutely understand. People like, man, McDonald's, but I can indulge at least one meal, you know, out of the month. Come on, y'all, give me a break. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get out of here real quick. Hold on. Revoidia? Hell no. Y'all did this, not me. Y'all did it. Let's go ahead and get out of here, man. Revoider go come get me, man. But I'm gonna put something on the cash app. I give her $20. If she reach out, she mad. I got you, Revoidia, because that commercial was amazing. So, yo, why we like this, man? But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank you. We will definitely be back. We got some Pop the Balloon reviews so we can kind of relax on this June month, and then be on the lookout for my mental health shows that I'm putting together right now. Okay, so appreciate it, y'all. Thank you. Take care. God bless. Be safe. Eat healthy. Work out, and meet me back here for our next live stream. Media Man out. Peace. Thank y'all.
A fast car. I wanted to get to anywhere. Maybe we can make it. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Started from zero and nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself.